So I think we're just going to have to get used to looking at things differently and not having that sum P&L column at the top in the bot section, I think is the best thing ever. Because as I've used the analogy, and a few people inside of another community have said, you know, oh, it really needs to be there, blah, blah. It's like, no, it doesn't, because that figure that has now disappeared would only ever come into play if you're going to close all your bots at the same time. So if you're going to close all your bots today, it had a sum total of all the bots, and whether you were up, down, you know, red, green, whatever. So you really never use that. So what's replaced that is this individual bot profit and loss. So by having the individual bot profit and loss, you actually can now make decisions bot by bot, which I think is a lot better.
Sorry, just going to your PHP there, you got the -63. Now I had some in, and when you go into the, click on that and go up to the, not that part, but if you go up into your graph there, you click on that and go up to the graph, and it's got a dollar cost average. What's that about?
Basically, that's that is what they use as the break even. So, you know, when you go to close the bot and you've got the choice where if we go to, I'll pretend to close this, I'm not going to close it, but if I go to close this and it comes up, you only get the place a sell limit order at break even price of 6936. So it's basically giving you that break even dollar cost average price. So that will only ever show up if you're going to close a bot that is below that DCA price or that average. So I don't think it would show up on here. So if I go to close this one, let me just have a look. Oh no, it must be down a bit there. See if I can find it.
But then it shows in your P&L a minus. I've never seen a minus in red before.
So this is where I was getting to. I wanted to check this out first, Ralph.
Okay, sorry.
So I just wanted to make sure everyone understands this part of the screen
I'll just shut up and drink my coffee.
It's too early for you. Just be quiet.
So everyone, while Ralph's on mute, I just want to go through this screen again first before we get to the next one. The run through is we had 7 columns before, we now have 6 columns. I mean, you know, taking the exchange part of it out. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like there's enough gap to have our little old average wiggle back in there. But Bitsgap have repeatedly told me that it was a figure that they felt necessary to remove. It wasn't always, you know, the easiest to calculate with the new algorithm that they're putting in to get more correct statistics. And anyway, blah blah blah. I feel that if their aim has been to get more correct statistics, the place that it shows up is in this little admin area, which I'll go into in a sec. But before I open that up, I just want to make sure everyone's cool with knowing, as Dan said, the formula that nobody else knows.
Secret formula, this one, secret.
I've had this bot running for 19 days and 6 hours. Now, I'm not going to get anal and work out what 6 hours out of 24 is. I know it's a quarter, but anyway, I can do that if you want. 15.35 total bot profit. Can everyone see that? 15.35 total bot profit. And if we divide by, let's just round it down to 19 days.
We can't see your calculator, by the way.
That's okay. But if you can do it manually yourself, 0.8 a day is the average daily wiggle on this top bot here. So it's just a case of saying, what was the total bot profit divided by the number of days it's been running? Now, that's only if you want to get your average daily wiggle. You don't possibly need to do that. If we start to train ourselves maybe to not do that, we're just going to be looking at what is our bot produced. Now, considering that this one's only been running for 19 days, I had a bot here. Let me just see if I can find it where it was really close to being that daily thing. Or just even say this one, the sushi one. So I'm at 0.99. So I'm almost at 1% in almost 3 days. So I can kind of glance at that and go, oh, well, that's going to be about 0.3 a day. That's how that one's rolling out. But here, 2.82 with 4 days. So literally just divide 2.82 by 4 and get your figure. If you can't see my calculator, I'm sorry about that, but I'll just do it. 2.82. Maybe I should do it on the phone so I can show it. Divided by 4. 0.7. So 0.7 a day for the perp one there as well. So that's the main change here. We no longer have a sum total profit and loss because I don't believe that was necessary anyway. It used to confuse people more often than not. So now we just look at our total bot profit for the period of time. The oldest bot that I've got on this particular setting here is 1 month old. So anything down from 1 month to 12 hours, cumulative bot profit is 6.3. I've made $721, which is 6% of the total funds that are in there. To get into the admin area now, this is the most interesting update, because in the companion guide that you get with the plan, it was really confusing. Remember how we always had an initial funds and a current funds? Well, the current funds were never really correct, because a lot of people would look at the current funds and say, if I close this bot right now, I expect to see $1,350 go back into my BUSD account. Well, it's the case now. Whereas previously on the old screen, you used to have to minus or subtract the bot profit you've already been paid from the BUSD. And that just got really confusing for people. So now I've tested this. It is 100% correct. If I close this bot right now and I literally get 508 BUSD and I literally get 307 ERN, if I decide to sell the ERN at the same time, I will get $1,350 $57 BUSD into my available balance. So finally, we have some correct figures. So if it means that at a loss of losing our quick glance average daily wiggle, we can open this up and see that our current funds are correct. Because what it means is it's only if we close the bot today. So if we go back over here and it says, you've been paid out 243 BUSD, but if you close this bot today, you'll have a difference of where you started the bot, because obviously the ERN's worth less than what it was when we started. It'll be unrealized. Won't call it loss, but it's an unrealized loss of $231, but I've already been paid $243. So therefore my profit and loss net would be $11.77 up. Is everyone clear on that?
So how much would you lose?
I wouldn't lose anything. I'd be $11.77 up. But let me show you a losing one. So if but
not counting what you already made.
It is counting what's already made.
It's counting.
Yeah. So yeah. When you have a net profit and loss, you take what you've earned less. Let's call it in business like a cost of sales. If you sell an item today, but it costs you this much to make that item, what's the net? Okay. So, I buy this phone for $1,200 and 6 years later I sell it for $200. I have a net loss of $1,000. It's that whole net aspect. So in this one, if I close this bot today, this is the money I get back into my account if I sell the coin and everything, but I would actually take a $17.73 loss on the whole thing. I've been paid $219 already. The actual value of PHB is less than what it was when we started. And if I was dumb enough to sell PHB right now, I would realize a $17.73 net loss.
So that's what's is that the 1% 0.46% below the DCA, and that's what we're getting seen.
Yep. So this is up here.
Okay.
It's got your total P&L today, as at this point in time, would be a net loss of $17.73 or 1.46%, because we are less than the average of what the bot has been buying and selling at.
Yep.